I'll be real, I can't even do the intro until I get fresh, man. Just give me a second, all right? Feels so much better. Walk down the street. Beautiful day. I remember when I first started YouTube and like people looking at me record, it always like, I don't want to say freaked me out, but it gave me a little bit of anxiety because I don't like eyes on me. But over time, you know, you realize, hey, they're just looking because they're curious, they're interested. And a lot of people, they get self-conscious. They feel like other people are judging them. But at the end of the day, even if they are judging you, they're about to walk right by you. They ain't gonna say nothing. And then you guys are both gonna just go about your day. So, and one thing I learned, people aren't as judgmental as you think. They're more curious than anything. They're just wondering like, who is this guy recording? Like, why is he recording? Is he famous? Or like, what's going on? So on today's episode, I wanted to speak a little bit about why I decided to leave California, what was my thought process behind that move, and what made me decide to pick up my life and move it all the way across the world here to Thailand. First thing that comes to mind when I think about why I left California was the fact that, you know, I spent my whole life there. I was born there, I was raised there. Pretty much my entire existence has been in California. To some point, man, it can make you feel like you're trapped in a bubble, man, like you're in a box. And I don't ever like feeling like that. So that was a big part of why I wanted to leave. I wanted to experience something new, a different way of life, a different culture, you know, just wanted to feel something a little different. Because the same things I would do every day, I still do here. But I don't know, for some reason, just doing it in Cali just kind of made it mundane. I don't know if that's making sense to any of you guys, but definitely has nothing to do with the weed, because the weed in California, definitely the best in the world. And I can say that confidently after traveling some and seeing that other places are not as blessed. Like in Cali, bro, you could find fire at the dispensary, you could find fire from the guy trying to sell to you outside the smoke shop. Out here though, you really gotta go search far and wide for some fucking decent weed. Got a little bit of pataya in the joint. You know, I'm pretty sure there's at least one of you guys watching this who can relate to being born and raised somewhere your whole entire life and kind of just wanting to explore and see what's out there. So I had to start asking myself, like, what is it that I'm looking for? What do I want my life to look like? You know, I want every single one of y'all watching this video to ask yourself, what do you want your life to look like? Because it's an important thing, because that's gonna take me, you know, to the next step, which is how to make it happen. But let's start for now. What do I want my life to look like? And I'm a simple person, you know, I don't need nothing too extravagant. I had to get very specific. What do I want my life to look like? And one thing that, you know, was a dream of mine, I always wanted to live somewhere tropical by the beach where I could jump in and swim in that motherfucker anytime I want. Because growing up in Cali, I lived in the bay, but ain't no one swimming in the bay. Ain't no one fucking swimming in the ocean in Cali. I mean, there are some really beautiful beaches, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them, the water's too cold, the rip currents are fucking dangerous, and like, it's just not a swimming destination. As opposed to something like this, smoke a joint, drink a smoothie, hop in the water, first thing in the morning. That's something that I dreamed about. Another big reason why I decided to leave Cali was my family. My wife in particular, you know, she's from Thailand originally, but was raised in Germany. And it's a totally different lifestyle growing up in Germany. Like, it's relatively safe. One of the big issues for her was the safety, you know. She kind of had that culture shock when she came out to California. I'm telling her, yo baby, I don't want you to go take a walk down the street to the store, it's not safe. And she's like, it's not even nighttime, it's 9 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, but still anything could happen. And it took her a while to actually realize, like, I'm not just being paranoid, like shit happens every day to just innocent people, especially out there in the Bay, California, America in general. I could see why like people from other places in the world kind of have that stereotype that like Americans are violent and America's dangerous, because to some extent that shit is true. And it's funny, I was talking to my boy about this, and it's like we don't realize the toxicity of the environment we're in because we grew up in it and it's our everyday life, you know. Like for me, going to the grocery store, going to the park, you know, strapped up, it don't matter what we're doing, just in case. And I never thought that was a toxic trait. I always thought I'd just rather be safe than sorry, which I guess it's true on both ends. Like, both can be true. It is toxic in the fact that I have to think like that, that the environment I'm in literally has bred that into me. I can't even say be safe because shit still happens, but at least not being caught lacking. In that respect, like, that age-old saying, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And I don't know, that's definitely an American mentality. Definitely grateful for these lessons, and I feel like I'm a little bit hyper aware. I don't want to say I got PTSD or nothing, but man, to some extent, like, I did realize that you know, hyper awareness, it's not necessary everywhere. Like here, I never felt like I had to look over my shoulder. I never tripped about smoking weed in the car while I'm driving. Ain't no police gonna pull me over for nothing. Like, it's a different way of life. You can leave your bag here on the beach. You come back tomorrow, that shit still gonna be there. Unless like a monkey came and took that shit. It's another reason why I love it out here, man. Like, they be doing random shit like this. Fire shows on the beach. I don't care what time of day it is, day or night. I love smoking a joint by the beach. That shit's always a vibe. So we talked about some of my reasons why I wanted to leave Cali. And this next topic is very important, so make sure you stay and watch the rest of the video. I feel like it could help somebody, but I want to talk about manifestation and how I made this shit happen. I don't know the exact definition of manifestation. I don't have a dictionary here in front of me, but from what I understand it to be is pretty much speaking things into existence, using your mind and your energy and your actions to shape reality the way you want it. And I truly believe in the power of manifestation. You don't have to believe it. What I'm about to tell you that I did is what got me here. So the first step, you gotta speak it into existence. You gotta put that shit in the air, what you want. Your words, they're a vibe, it's a frequency. So everything you put out into the universe, one way or another, is gonna come back to you. And it's the first law of physics. Every action got an equal or opposite reaction. Step one, you gotta put that shit in the air, man. You gotta speak that shit into existence. And literally, I'd be just saying it randomly, like, yo, I'm about to leave the V. I'm about to dip out of the bay. There's opportunities waiting for me. Not just say, but you really gotta proclaim. You gotta make it a statement of what you're saying. Like, I am going to leave. I'm going to do this. I'm going to find an opportunity and I'm gonna make the best of it. Like, you have to get very specific. Second, I started just researching everything that had to do with beaches, tropical, cannabis, anything that I could do to get my life where I wanted it to look like. You know, I went and researched. I went and put in the work. You gotta put in the work, man, because if you ain't got no action, you can't expect any reaction. Motherfuckers really just be sitting there stagnant and wondering why they ain't got no motion, man. Like, I look at this as a very scientific point of view. Like, it's inertia. An object at rest tends to stay at rest, but if you got motion, you tend to stay in motion, and then you gain momentum. And it's like, just like, you know, the law of physics, the first law of physics, for every action there's an equal or opposite reaction. So everything that you say, everything you do, it's going to come back to you in some shape or form. Sometimes it may just be an opportunity. So like I said, I started reaching out. I like to use this analogy about fishing. If you throw one fishing line out here, maybe you catch a bite, maybe even catch a fish. But the chances of doing that, they're not likely because you only got one line. So be smart, throw out 100 lines, 1,000 lines, as many lines as you can manage, just do it. And then, yeah, that's what I did. I started tapping into the network. I threw out lines, and before I knew it, I had a bunch of people hitting me up. And when I say tapping into the network and trying to make this shit happen, you gotta do it in a sincere way. Like, you can't come across as someone who just wants something, because no one wants to help someone just get what they want. Like, that's not compelling at all. And you don't really come across as a decent person when you do it for selfish reasons like that. So I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I said. You know, I sent out fucking ton of DMs, a ton of messages, emails, made phone calls, you name it. And this is pretty much exactly what I said. I was like, yo, my name's Slick. I'm a commercial cannabis cultivator from California. I got these skills and this knowledge, and I'm a great learner. I could be an asset and help you guys succeed on your mission, and, you know, hit me if you can. And just being sincere like that, like, yo, this is me, this is what I could do, how I can help you, hit me. You know, you gotta drop some lines, and you can't sit and wait for the bite. You gotta just keep dropping lines. And like I said, before I knew it, there was a bunch of people who hit me up saying, yo, you're exactly the guy we've been looking for. This is what we can offer, here where we're at. And yeah, at that point I just had to make a decision, like, where am I gonna go? And there was a few different offers, bro. Like, I could have ended up in Michigan and SoCal, fucking Canada, another place in Europe, I can't remember, but I don't know, Thailand. That shit, once I saw Thailand, I was like, damn, that shit, that sounds like an adventure, you know? And when I think Thailand, I literally picture this: beach, palm trees, You can't see right now because it's dark, but there's literally islands and fucking cliffs out there. Man, we at the doobie, y'all. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, man. I wanted to speak a little bit about my experience, you know, taking my life from the only place I ever knew and grew up in, leaving, going to entirely different fucking country. Super blessed to be able to have lived this. And I definitely hope that some of the things I spoke about help you guys shape your reality, because it is possible, man. I'm just a kid from the V. Like, there ain't nothing special about me. In high school, I was a kid that just sold weed and fucking talked to hella girls, and people thought I wouldn't amount to nothing. But you really gotta just take life into your own hands. You can shape your reality. Like, you just gotta open up your mind, your imagination a little bit and put in the effort. You'll be surprised at what you could accomplish if you really just put your head down and focus on your goals and block out all the noise. Do me a favor, everybody, drop a like, drop a comment, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We got some more content coming soon. It's your boy Slick Frank, and we out.